Hey everybody, Coach Sean Lastly here with the Dongola Demons. Just wanted to hop on here for a little bit today. We're going to go over kind of our mid-season recap. We're officially 15 games into our 30-game season. So we've got 15 down, 15 to go before regionals kick off. We are about to start our busiest stretch of the year tonight, actually. We take on Agape Christian tonight, and then we're followed by 6 more games over the next 8 days. So we're playing a total of 7 games in 9 days. We've got Agape tonight. We've got Shawnee tomorrow. Alvarado on Monday. Lovejoy on Tuesday. Shawnee again on Thursday. And then we've got 2 more games next Saturday. And all next week, the 5 games next week are for the Egyptian Midwinter Classic, or the Egyptian tournament this year. So we've had a little bit of a slow schedule, so to speak, over the last month. I think it's been about a month since I was on here last. And we were 10 games through, so we've had 5 games in the last 4 weeks-ish. And then now we are going to have 7 games in 9 days. So just kind of the way that it falls sometimes, especially with Christmas and things like that going through. So, so right now we set officially at 3-12. So since the last time we talked to you, we've went 1-4. We were 2-8 the last time I talked to you, so we went 1-4. We had losses to Century, Egyptian, Pope, and Caro. And then we beat Joppa during that stretch. So we went 1-4 in our last 5. We're hoping that over these next really 2 weeks, the 2 games today and tomorrow, the 5 games next week, and then we've got 2 more games before we wrap up the end of the month. And we're really we've got a lot of games that should be extremely competitive. So we've got the opportunity to win some games over the next 2 weeks. So that's what we're really looking to do. I'm extremely happy with where we're at. We've continued to get better, and that's really kind of been the motto and the goal from the start of the season is just to continue to get better, continue to work, continue to be more consistent, continue to keep the effort up, do some things like that we weren't so great at earlier on in the year. And so we've continued to get a little bit better in a lot of different areas. And so we're excited for this second half of the year, kind of to get going and get moving towards regionals. So right now we set, I believe we're 1-3 in the conference, but we've got some conference games coming up. Tonight's a conference game. Tomorrow's a conference game. So we've got an opportunity to make up some ground on the conference. So as far as statistically speaking, I kind of went over these the last time we hopped on here, but our leading scorer is Evan Treat. He's averaging 13.5 points per game. Joey Thomas is behind him at 10.1. Cameron Hogue is at 8.5. Colin Hall is at 7.9. And Andrew Tarpley is at 7.5. So, we're all kind of right in there. All 5 of those guys have had games this year with 16 or more. So it's one of those things where it's a nice problem to have whenever you have multiple guys that can score on any given night. So I've been happy with their offensive production. As a team, we're averaging about 53 points per game. So I think that's went up since the last time I was on here. So Colin Hall leads our team in rebounding. He's averaging 6.3 rebounds per game. He just came off of a 16-point, 10-rebound performance against Caro. So that was a pretty big performance. Joey Thomas is behind him in rebounds at 5.3. Andrew Tarpley, 4.5, and then Evan Treat, is at 4.3. So those are our leading rebounders. We're averaging about 26 rebounds per game as a team. So I'm happy with that. We could always get better, especially on the defensive glass. And so that's something we've been working on and trying to focus more on. So pretty happy with that. Andrew Tarpley's leading the team in assists. He's averaging 2.9 assists per game, so just shy of 3 assists per game. He actually, in the Caro game, our most recent game, he had 8 points, 8 assists with only 2 turnovers. So, very good game from him. So, just really happy kind of with how the team has come along, and we've continued to take shape and kind of figure things out as we went. When we started the season, we had 7 practices together as a team before our first game. Then we played 5 games in 6 days. And so we just, it's taken some time. We're still kind of getting to know one another. They're kind of understanding my coaching philosophies and strategies and some of the things that I do from the sideline. And I'm still learning how to put them in the best position to be successful. So we're really excited about, like I said, where we've come from. And excited for these next 2 weeks. These are a big 2 weeks for the team and for this season. We've got, like I said, I listed off the schedule over the next 9 days, but we've got Agape at home tonight, and then the next 6 games are all away from home. So make sure you guys come out tonight. Both games, both JV and varsity, should be extremely competitive tonight. They should be good games. So come out. It's going to be another couple weeks before you have the opportunity to see us at home again. To be honest, I don't think we play at home the rest of the month after tonight. I think our first home game, I think, is February 4th will be the next time we play at home, and I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that. But so take the time, come out tonight. Support these guys. We've got 7 seniors on the squad that are, at the midway point of their last season at Dongola. They've been here for 4 years now, and they're putting it all together, and they just continue to play good basketball. One of the biggest things that we've improved on over the last 5 games from the last time I talked to you guys is to maintaining our effort, staying and keeping the effort level up through the end of the game. And so, against Caro, we were down 21 going into the 4th, and we ended up losing that game by 7. And so, there was a point where we were down by 5 with about 25 seconds left or so. So we've taken some steps forward, and as far as that goes, and not rolling over, not quitting, not mailing it in, so to speak, but we've continued to fight, continued to battle, and made sure that we're continuing to keep that effort up. And so, that's one of the biggest things that I've seen. The loss to Caro, the win over Joppa. We were playing our second game of the day against Joppa, and we had finished our first game of the day about 45 minutes before we tipped off against Joppa because of some delays earlier in the morning. And so, we played a full game against a very good Pope County team, and that game stayed close right up until the 4th quarter, and kind of got away from us a little bit. But I think we were within 8 late in the 3rd, early in the 4th, sometime in that range. So it was a close competitive game up until that point. And then, we didn't even really get lunch, because of the way that it's just kind of the way the cookies crumbled, so to speak, and the way the chips fell. 45 minutes later, we tipped off against Joppa, and the guys just pushed. They gave me everything they had. They gave each other everything they had, and that was all we could really ask of them. So we managed to hold on to that, and we took that one by a final score of 65-54. So yeah, I'm really happy with where we're at. These next 2 weeks are big for us. It's really kind of going to set the tone for how the rest of the season is going to go. We'll be at 22 games at the end of next week. By next Saturday, we'll have 22 of our 30 games done. And then by the end of the month, we'll be at 24 of 30, so we'll have, 6 games throughout February before we get into regionals, So I'm excited for tonight. Like I said, we play Agape Christian at home. Come out and see us. They're a very good team. I actually got to watch them play Alvarado earlier this week, and that was a very good game. Alvarado, we went to overtime with the 3rd game of the year. And so Like I said, it should be a very competitive game. They're a talented team. They're a good squad. So excited for tonight. We go travel to Shawnee for their homecoming tomorrow. Those are always intense games. Dongola, Shawnee, they just that's just what they kind of end up being. They're intense games, and so that's an away game that is not too far for us to travel. So let's travel well to that. And then like I said, we've got 5 games at Egyptian next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So make plans to come out and support these guys. We as a team, we came out, we got to watch the junior high boys play, and that was a fun experience. We got to see those guys and let them know that even as the junior high basketball team, that we at the high school level were supporting them. So that was a fun experience. And so, again, just super excited for where we're at. Continuing to improve. Our free throw percentage has went up. Our 3-point percentage has went up. Our field goal percentage has went up, all since the last time that I was on here. I do want to apologize. I've not made and gotten to make as many of these videos as I would have liked. I do hope to get more of that and get more of this content up, but we're going to continue to record the games. You can find multiple games on this channel. I think we've got 6 or 7 games on here now. And so, like I said, being 3-12, that 3-12, we've had a few games that have gotten away from us. Especially the Meridian game, the Alvarado game. Both of those games are games we could have won. We've had some other games that were close up until a point, and then they kind of got away from us. And, a 3-12 that could very easily be 5-10, 6-9. So happy with that. Like I said, we're hoping to come out of this, 7-game stretch over these next 9 days, and hoping to get 5 wins. So if we can go 5-7 over these next 7 games, or 5-2 rather, excuse me, win 5 out of the next 7, that would be a really good accomplishment for us. So excited about that. I'm going to continue to be on here, getting content put up. I'm hoping to, once we get through the Egyptian tournament, to get some player interviews on here. Just let you guys get to know some of the guys that we've got. Let them talk to you guys a little bit, and then do some more post-game analysis, some more stats, some more things like that, rather than spacing them out over 3 or 4 times over the entire year. So be on the lookout. I'm going to try to get one of these up to recap the Agape game tonight. Going to try to get it up tomorrow before the Shawnee game, and then I'll do the same thing probably on Monday to recap the Shawnee game. So we thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it. Come out tonight. JV game starts at 6. Varsity game will follow immediately after, as your Dongola Demons take on the Agape Christian Knights. Have a good day, guys. Hope to see you guys tonight.